Moving on with welding, here's obviously a spot I have to fix before I move on. Earlier on, probably about a year ago, I made this out of existing sheet metal from the quarter panel. It's too thin. This is obviously thicker. The thickest I have is 16 gauge, so I'm going to work on that. So, and you know, this really doesn't fit either. Look at the gaps. It's terrible. Looks like crap. Anyways, I'm gonna make another one. Alright, this is the first pass on welding this. I guess it's part of the rocker. Bam! Well, I kind of ran out of wire. I still need a little bit more spots to cover up and stuff, but I mean, it's gonna be covered up. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna call that done. Doesn't look good, but it does hold. I smacked it a couple times with the hammer. Good to go. Hammer test done. Alright, next. Alright, sails on, sort of. This is the first fit of many, because it is not even close to being on. Oh, that's way too close. Sorry about that. Look at that gap! I just wanted to put it on. I know this is all wrong. Yeah. That's all wrong. Look in there. That's all wrong. It's nice and gray, primer. I just wanted to put it on because I can. Yep. Anyways, later. This is my second test fit of the outer wheelhouse, drop down, and the quarter panel together. This fit is probably the closest I'm ever going to get. So I'm going to move on and weld in the outer wheelhouse and the drop down. Not going to weld everything totally down. This is part 2 of the outer wheelhouse, trunk drop down, and quarter panel install. Before I get too far, I started moving forward and forgot to, capture some of what I've done. So what I did is, you see that gold or copper look, that's like etch primer for stuff. Yep, saw it on YouTube, had to have it. All right, back to this. What I'm doing is I'm test fitting again. I'm finding out a bunch of little things that I didn't realize, of course, which is normal. But I'm going to go ahead and weld this on and then adjust as I go. I don't know. Hey, here's my first weld on the outer wheelhouse. Not bad. They touched it up a little bit, but looking pretty darn good. All right, here's the outer wheelhouse. I welded it in. I welded all the way down the seam right there. Doesn't look pretty. Doesn't have to. Just has to hold. And plug welds. Looking not bad. And then I just welded around here. I can't do here because there's a space. And same over here. So, you know what? I'm just going to have to roll with it. But it looks pretty good. All right, here's the trunk drop down. Went ahead and ground them down and welded it on. Don't look too bad. Thumbs up. On drilling the holes for this one and this as well, because when I use the quarter panel, I want to be able to move it around a little bit, then I can weld it afterwards. But right now I'm actually going to fill in this area with this stuff. I forgot the name, but here it is. Dynaglass. A guy used it on YouTube and it looked really well, and he said it works great. It's really flexible, so it's not going to be like Bondo, break, crack, and all that. So that is my next move. Looking good. Hope you can see this. There it is. What I did is I used the fiberglass filler, put it on there, I sanded it down, put it on there, sanded it down, went underneath, put it on underneath, sanded it down, looks pretty good. Drop down, put it on here, and that gray stuff you're seeing, I just put seam sealer on there anyways. Probably didn't need it, but I'm always overkilling that. I put some up here and down here. So next step, I know the sail's supposed to go on the quarter panel. Put that on, weld up this, weld down there. But I'm thinking, since I have this off right now, take off the filler panel, only because I got a brand new one. Well, what I wanted to do is just to get this painted and move on. So I did that today. The outer wheelhouse, trunk drop down, outer wheelhouse underneath it, and I just oversprayed a little bit to cover up everything else. Anyways, I moved on from this area. I'm not going to put on the quarter panel just yet. I want to go ahead and remove the filler panel, get rid of it. I thought, oh, it doesn't look that bad, but after looking at it further, it's a little munchy or holy. Anyways, I'm going to hopefully tear this out today, at least most of it. Just split it down and then remove the welds. This trunk, good God. Somebody used like rivets to patch stuff in. Man, a lot of work. It is gone. Man, look at the rust. This is just one big rust bucket. Now I got some grinding to do. I've been grinding for hours, sanding, grinding. Look how pitted this thing is. But this is going to be under the filler panel. This is the, you put your speakers. I'm going to go ahead and paint all that gray before I put the filler panel on. I'm doing underneath as well, and it's just nasty. I got to go to the store now. I think I'm done with this area right now. I can go ahead and put the filler panel on, but I'm going to wait to put the quarter panel right here on first. So this has to dry, and I'll link them up. I went ahead and sprayed underneath only because I can. Looks good. It's not perfect, but it's going to be spray painted black, and then the floor is going to be replaced. Look at that. Look at the rust. It's terrible. I just got done welding the trunk drop because the next thing is to put the quarter panel on. I went ahead and took off the filler panel. It's not welded, it's prepped, painted underneath, and ready to go. Just got to put the quarter panel on, set this up, do that, and then I got to put the trunk lid on, make sure I'm doing everything right as well. So, a lot to do, but this is where I'm at. Alright, here's the next thing I'm doing. Those 5 holes right there. Underneath that is the quarter panel stiffener. I didn't know how to put it on. I found out after going on the internet. Thank you, YouTube and Camaro.net or wherever. But I'm going to go home and weld that on. This is my next step. There it is. It's all cleaned up. Not bad. Probably the best welding I've ever done, in my opinion. But that is the quarter panel stiffener. Underneath that there's a gap, and when I took it off there was adhesive or glue, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and use seam sealer to fill that gap. There's probably something out there, but I think seam sealer is going to do a fine job. Well, Happy New Year. Well, it's New Year's Eve. So, well, anyways. It's like 42 degrees here in the garage. It's chilly. Anyways, this is where I'm at with the quarter panel. I'm at a point where I can move forward. Move forward to me is going on the other side and working on the other quarter panel. What I did is I went ahead and welded in quarter panel at the top part of the sail and down the drip rail. Oops, it cut out. All right. Well, and I welded up and down here, over here, and then along here. I still have to fix this area, but I'm going to wait on that because I just want to move on to something else. I'm not sure how to fix that, but I'm going to think about it. But there it is. That's the Dynaglass fiberglass filler. Never sanded that stuff before. It gets everywhere. Oh my gosh. But it looks pretty good. There's some imperfections, but I'm going to fix those later on. When I get the other side done, I'll go back and touch it up. But what I plan to do is go on the other side. I'm going to flip the whole car around. I got it on a platform I made with wheels, so I can just spin it. And then I'm going to work on the other quarter panel, get it to this point, then fix the filler panel, which is just sitting here. It's ready to go, and weld it in. Then I can move on to the tail panel and this ugly trunk, which has all my junk in it. But you can see all the holes. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a rivet right here. Somebody riveted pieces of metal in. Funny. But I got replacement sheet metal for that. Anyhow, I'm going to call this a slightly close the book on this side of the car. And the next time I have a video, it's going to be me taking off the other side, which is pretty much the way I took off this one, but I learned a lot. Anyways, Happy New Year. See you next year.